What's going on, guys? Nick Friel here, founder of Media Simplified. I hope you have enjoyed the training up to this point. So this section is going to be going over our scaling playbooks, which are pretty much the tactics and the things that we do for our mortgage clients when trying to build a proper foundation. So they go in order for a reason, so follow them step by step. And the whole theory here, the whole idea is that most people don't ever scale because they don't really ever think about what are the actions they need to be doing in order to, get higher leverage and focus their time on the things that matter most, which we're all in business for the same reason. You want to make more money. In your scenario, you want to close more deals, help more people get into homes or refinance, whatever they need to do. So to make sure that you're doing that and we're accomplishing our goal of getting more closes and making more money, we need to make sure you're working on the most high, the highest leverage tactics and things that you can do in your day-to-day and trying to automate or operationalize the rest. So these scaling playbooks are going to be about, really transitioning you from where you're at and trying to automate or operationalize some of the, lower level tasks so that you can focus all of your time and energy on the things that matter most, which is going to be relationships, sales, and the things that actually, move that bottom line. And it's really important that we take a second to kind of look at what we're going to be doing from a 30,000 foot view, because a lot of people, a lot of mortgage brokers are making the jump from, being referral based to being, more lead gen or online marketing based. And I can tell you personally, it can serve you tremendously. It can absolutely revolutionize your business, but it needs to be well thought out. So in this section, we're going to be going over the first pillar of really transitioning and dominating the online marketing and lead gen space, and that's going to be our social proof playbook. So we'll jump into this here. Let me share my screen. The biggest difference that most brokers don't really consider when going into lead generation is that when you're working with referrals or realtors or mortgage brokers are sending you business, the business that they're sending you already has an inherent trust in what you do. You don't need to sell them or tell them how great you are because they already trust the person that recommended you. So they know that, they trust that realtor, and because of that, they come with inherent trust in you. When you're going into the lead generation and online space, that inherent level of trust is not there. And you cannot discredit how much of that is going into whether they're going to go with you or not. So that is something that we address right away. It's why it's the first pillar. In order to dominate online, you need to have an undeniable stack of proof that you are good and you are who you say you are and you're good at what you do, to make sure people are comfortable moving forward with you. There is a reason everybody loves Amazon, and that's because when you go to Amazon and you look up a product, you can see what 1,000 other people thought of it right there in 2 seconds. So that's social proof. There's an area in our mind that's literally, dedicated to this. It sticks out, and we really need to make sure that we have a huge stack of social proof to overcome any, friction or worries they might have. So this whole first kind of module we're going to go over, the playbook we would run to stack up your reviews and your Google My Business. So we'll jump into it. The overview, first thing we need to do is set up a Google My Business Manager. So this is the king of reviews. It's really important that we have this set up, and I'll show you why. If you're to look up your company online, if you have a Google My Business Manager, it's going to take up so much more real estate in the search. So if you don't have this, you're just automatically missing out on free real estate in Google, where all of this can be managed. It's like having a free, platform or a free billboard on the side of the road that gets a ton of traffic, and you're just missing the ball if you don't have this. So I'm not going to go over how to set up a Google My Business because it's pretty straightforward. I do have 2 videos below on how you can set your Google My Business up, or, see if you already have one, if you have an old one or something. But this is the first thing we need to do, is get your Google My Business standing so that it's verified and it's showing. You can see, like I said, the entire first page is this client, mainly because of his Google My Business. All right, so let's go ahead and run the playbook. Obviously, one last example, if you're going to go out to eat at a restaurant, you look up option A. It's got 117 5-star reviews, 4.7 overall. Then you look up option B. It has 2 5-star reviews and a 5-star rating. We can probably deduce that option A is a lot more sound of an option, being that there's so much more social proof. That's kind of what we want to create for you. So first thing we're going to do is set up our Google My Business page. And we're going to go ahead and start actually optimizing this. So obviously only a couple reviews here. We want to stack this up. But another huge principle that I like to follow it's called sawdust. And it's about really using any positive interactions that are happening, in your company or business, screenshots, emails, anything like that, that shows positive interactions and using that as social proof. So we have our client here. We want to go ahead and add some photos. So we want to add more social proof. We want, people to know that we are who we say we are. So I went over and just searched the client's name. I found LinkedIn and I saw that he has a ton of recommendations. So what I'm going to do is screenshot each of these recommendations. All right, so now we've screenshotted, a good 7-8 recommendations, all positive things, more social proof. So we're going to come over here and update the photos. We're going to snag all the photos we just added. All right, so just got done loading. So now we have all of this social proof pending. We are also going to go ahead and clean up the logo. Come here to photos. We're going to re-upload this image as the official logo. All right, so logo has been added. Then we can add a cover photo. All right, so we're just going to come over to Canva and grab the client already had like a business card of some sort. So we're going to grab this and download, and then this will be the last photo. Just going to add a cover photo. Voila. Okay, so now we got logo, we got cover photo. We've added in a bunch of social proof, right? So now we'll go ahead and come here and refresh. And some of these things will start to show up, probably taking a second, but now photos updated, the banners updated. We're going to have a lot more sawdust, social proof and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and take the next steps and go into the client's account here in Grow Simple and set up the reputation management. So we're going to come to account, other tools, reputation. And then you're going to come over to settings and come down to review link. We're going to get reviews on Google. Hit save. We're going to come over to widgets, create new, and let's go with the grid. You can set the ratings. So if you want to only show positive ones, then you come to content. You can say, leave your thoughts. And then they can also write a review themselves. As far as appearance, you can change, letters and names and whatnot, or colors, font, theme, and then, how we want to display it. If we wanted to display the AI summary, all of that. So we're going to go ahead and save this and call this main GMB reviews, and we're going to make it the default. So now we can put this on a site where people can see all of your reviews coming in, which we'll do later, or we can send them straight to a code to do this as well, which is, obviously the nice part. So now that we have our widget set up, and everything is integrated. The last step I forgot to show is to make sure your Google My Business is integrated. After you've set it up, you come into integrations, log into your Google account that's connected, and then it'll give you the option to connect the Google My Business account, and all of it should be good to go from there. So get it integrated, then we get your review widget set up, and then once we've done that, now the fun part is we want to go ahead and reach out to some people and start getting some positive reviews. We're going to go to contacts here, and this client has already put together a list for us on people we can reach out to contact them about positive reviews. Select all, and we're going to send an SMS, a message like the following. I'm going to pause this while I'm texting it, and I actually have it written out in the module here. So what we're going to do is just take this and make sure everything looks good. All right, and then lastly, we're going to grab this link. So the best link is if you go to your Google My Business and hit this ask for reviews, and you're going to copy this right here. We're going to go and put this link in. All right, what we're going to do is do 100 per day. Do this only on Monday through Friday. Yeah, we will go ahead and select Toby, and we'll go ahead and hit send SMS. Just to recap what we have done thus far, we have gone ahead and covered why building that social proof is so important when it comes to doing this online. Why you have to have a Google My Business page. Using sawdust. So we went ahead and, took a bunch of other positive interactions and whatnot that we've had with clients that are on other sites, and placed them in the photos here, which I think it's still pending, but they'll, start to go in. And we have a ton of social proof now. We cleaned up the logo and the banner page. We also made sure that this was all connected by setting it up via integrations first, connecting the Google My Business, then going to reputation management, setting up the widget, which will track our positive reviews. We can also, which we'll do in a later module, add this to our website. And then the last step, we went ahead and set up a request for all the people that we have worked with to ask them to go ahead and leave us a positive review. So when this is done, I wish the photos were loading. Yeah, so the photos are still loading, but now when you pull this up, it's going to have a ton of photos. It's going to have a ton of social proof. The reviews will start to load up. So yeah, so you can see all of these edits take a while once pending, but now this is going to be a damn good looking Google My Business page. We're going to start loading it up with positive reviews, and shortly all of this social proof and all of these changes that we made are going to start displaying. This is now set up to really boost his social proof. So if we check back in a couple of days, I bet he's going to have a lot of action going on. So that is all for this module. I'm going to go ahead and pause, and hopefully I can show you guys what it'll look like at the end once everything's done pending. But first pillar done. Make sure we have a ton of social proof, undeniable stack of proof that we are who we say we are, and make sure we're leveraging Google My Business for reviews. That's all for this one, and excited to see you guys on the next module.